Hi. This is my growth reflection. I have recorded this like 7 times. And so this is the one that I know is going to go. I keep going over my time. But anyway, I digress. This has been a whirlwind of a semester. Let's start out like that. When I first came in this class, I was very nervous, very excited. I didn't know what it was going to be like. I just didn't really have any knowledge of what this class was going to entail. And now here we are at the end of it, and I feel a newfound sense of confidence, of better understanding what it means to be a teacher. Because before, we all talk about what is a classroom gonna look like? What are we gonna teach? Blah, blah, blah. But in this class, you start to actually build the foundation of like, okay, this is how you make a lesson plan. This is how you teach science. This is how you teach math. Like, these are all the concepts. And I had never had a teacher that was gonna break it down that as much as you did, which I really appreciate, by the way. And you had to set goals before the math content of this course. And my first goal was to understand math better as a whole. And I understand parts of it better. Not the full thing, but parts better. One day I will get to the full whole. But right now, I still have questions and stuff. But one day I will. My second one was to have confidence in math. And I can honestly say that I believe that I have gained confidence. Like, I understand things better now. I know that I can be an effective teacher and teach my kids with confidence and know that I am talking about. How this will lead my classroom is from all of my confidence. Like, I want my students to know that, like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to teach them things that are pointless to them, that aren't going to have intentionality and meaning. My goal is to always plan in my lesson plan to tell them, why are we learning this? Because like we've talked about in class, if a student doesn't know why it's important, they're going to check out. Like, they're not going to want to understand it. And I don't want my students to do that. I also want my students to know from my confidence that I see them. I see them and I hear them. I see them, I see their different learning, the different ways that they learn. I see that one may learn like Piaget through experiences. I see one may learn like Bandura through observation. And I see one may learn like Vygotsky with social interaction. I want them all to know that they are seen. And that just because they all learn differently doesn't mean that they're a bad student or they're different or whatever. It doesn't matter. I still see them. And I want them to know that just because, like I said, just because they have different learning strategy, different ways of learning, doesn't mean that I'm not going to have a strategy for them to use just because they learn differently. Like, if I have to incorporate visuals for the observation learner to be able to learn better, I'm going to do that. If my social interactionist needs social interaction in order to learn, that's what I'm going to do, because I'm their teacher and I need to know my kids super duper well in order to help them be successful, because that's my job. And for my students to be successful, that's me. I want my students to know that, like, the different strategies will be able to help them, that they're not learning things pointlessly. Like, I would not give them a strategy if I did not think it was going to help them be successful. And from everything I have learned about myself, how it connects to everything is this helped me learn that I need to teach with variety and teach with confidence and to not let anybody drown, because I know what it feels like to drown. I know what it feels like to not understand what's going on and to not feel seen. And this has taught me that I am the one person in that classroom that can help every single student feel seen and to know that they are not in their struggles alone. And I want them to know that they can always ask me for help. That is what I have learned.